Christian here. Man, my restream is updating and getting more fancy by the minute. Hello. Welcome to the Random Christian Show. I am Christian Random, and today on the show, do we have so many things for you. We're actually going to, you can't really see, but I went out and spent like $15 and got headphones and another microphone. And I got this whole little area set up for our guest who, one of our guests who decided he's got to go to Nashville instead of come visit with us. So he's going to call in by phone right here. That's high tech, baby. And so KDR, our demo derby driver, is going to be giving us updates. And that race is coming up here shortly. So if you're in the Kansas City area, head on up to Platte County Fairgrounds up in Platte City, I believe. Or no, it's Tracy, just north of Platte City. Anyway, they're the fair up there. They're going to have a demo derby Thursday or Friday and Saturday nights, or Thursday and Friday night. We'll get it all from him here shortly. So obviously I'm not very good at date things or whatever. What's today? Tuesday. That's right, because we're doing the show. And it's 4 p.m. So welcome to it. Thank you so much for checking in. If you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, hit the like button, press the subscribe and follow, and do all those little things. Hey, if you want, there's a donate button also as well if you want to donate something. Or, hey, you could get one of these handy dandy shirts for $15. I'm just saying, they're pretty cool. Or we got these really cool stickers you can buy that are getting blurred out, whatever. But anyway, so we got those. Check them out. They're on the website, therandomchristianshow.wordpress.com. We'll get that all to you later. We want to say thank you to our sponsors, Consolidated Skateboards. They are on Instagram at Consolidated Skateboards or on the web at Consolidated Skateboards. Check them out. All your skateboard needs and some of the most incredibly comfortable skateboarding shoes you'll ever find. And blankets. Imagine that. Yeah, they make these amazing, soft, snuggly, heavy, just great blankets for winter, which I know during the middle of summer you don't really think about that. But winter's coming up, man. It happens every year. Unless you live in Hawaii, then it doesn't really matter. So at that point, hey, who cares? All right. Also, 5 Point Skates in Ventura, 5 Point Skates and Snowboards, and also the YouTube channel Almighty Altcoins, which is narrated by a fantastic young man. Harry's quite dashing. So anyway, check them out. Anything you need to know about Bitcoin and investing in Bitcoin, Almighty Altcoin on YouTube channel. And today also we have Miss Linda Lederman from BalaboostaSecrets.com. She also has a couple of Facebook pages. She's going to be telling us all about it. But man, she is like super dialed. She comes up with some really great recipes for everybody that's like super busy. She has these super easy, quick meal plans and stuff, and she helps you get it all dialed up. She's on a Facebook, and now Linda's gonna, I'm sure, punch me if she ever sees me. Easy weeknight dinners for busy moms on Facebook. Just like it says right there, easy weeknight dinners for busy moms on Facebook. She also has an Instagram page, which I can't remember right off the top of my head, but we'll get that from her here shortly. And she's also going to give us some tips for demo derby snack meals. Hopefully, maybe. Otherwise, it's popcorn and nachos. Right on with the nachos and Pop-Tarts. No, popcorn. Right. Okay. Next week, we will have Eve from Gen X Stories podcast, all about Gen Xers. And man, the very, very funny, very entertaining. They get kind of serious on some things, but pretty lighthearted, just kind of like our show. And Eve was going to be very gracious to join us and talk about some of the Gen X stories that she's caught up with. And it's pretty interesting. It's a lot of fun. So that'll be next week. In the meantime, speaking of Gen X and getting caught up with things, we got, let's see. Oh, Well, there's Andy. Andy's coming
Hey,
in first. Andy, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to
hey,
the show.
hey! Thanks for having me again. Everybody's doing great. Everybody's happy. All is well. It's Tuesday.
All
I'm here. Uh,
yeah,
what can be better?
right. And you're looking fantastic, my man.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, I'm in a very flattering light today, and
Yeah,
having a great hair day.
I was gonna say your hair looks fantastic.
Oh sorry. Oh sorry. I forgot. I'm not supposed to bring up hair.
Wow. You're just going straight there, just straight to the hair. And I had a little faux pas with my computer before we started the show, so I made a little joke about me pulling out my hair, which Linda came back with a really good one.
Yeah, I went straight for the gut. So
And then
yeah.
he just went right at me. Oh, hey, Corey Hall's checking in. Corey, thank you. Hi, how you doing, buddy? And then so I mentioned I was pulling out my hair, and so it's gonna be bald jokes for Chris Day.
That was the only one I was going to go for. That was the only one I was going to go for. I kind of set me up with a good hair day, so I decided.
I did.
Yeah.
I handed that to you right there on a platter. Just
little.
And then here's Mr. Matt. Mr. Matt, hello, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm also having a good hair day.
You are, and you are in a flattering light, by the way.
Thank you.
As long as those hippies keep using the back door.
Yep, that's right. Dang hippies.
Damn smelly hippies. Back in my day, we didn't have hippies. That's all I'm going to do, Matt. That's all I'm going to do.
Thank you.
Go.
But I would like to actually share something, if I may.
Oh, go ahead.
Because as you know, my mother-in-law keeps dropping off records at my house.
Oh, yes. We do know about the records. And
can you see that?
Oh, wow.
Woody Allen?
What's up, Tiger City? Is that what it is?
What's up, Tiger Lily? It's
wow.
If you ever, it's a movie he dubbed. It was like a Japanese spy movie.
That's right.
And I for the life of me, I can't remember the name of that movie, but Mystery Science Theater riffs on it, but Woody Allen took it, added some scenes, and redubbed it, and the Lovin' Spoonful did the soundtrack. And so, I got a bunch of soundtracks this time, along with some other good stuff. One more thing I wanted to share with you. I popped this out of the records, and I was like, oh, right on, the Beatles' second album, the second copy. But no, if you'll notice, this one has been die cut. And if you pull it all out, it's a stand to advertise this album.
Oh,
but that album's not actually in here. It's the soundtrack to Goldfinger, the movie.
Oh. Well, that's
better. All right. So, another soundtrack. That's cool. I do like James Bond, but also,
who doesn't like James
Bond? This, and it's something I'd also like to share with you, was this really cool poster that I'm going to get.
It's a PG-13 show. PG-13.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
How awesome is that? So that's gonna go somewhere in the office in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, cool, dude.
So I have a trivia. So I have a trivia question for the group here. So so Matt, in a weird way, connected Woody Allen to James Bond, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not Woody Allen's only connection to James Bond. What's the other connection?
What?
Did he make a movie with Sean Connery's brother?
So here we go.
His third cousin's brother's best.
No, Sean Connery has a brother that did
who dated a
fake,
friend of
Bond
their
movies.
Girlfriend's sister's dog sitter's best cousin's sister was the best man at their wedding. So
there is a spoof James Bond from 1967 where Woody Allen actually plays James Bond.
It's not a spoof.
Right. It's
Casino Royale. Everybody played James Bond. That was part of the.
Bond. That's right.
I forgot. Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Which when they came out with the new Casino Royale, I was like, oh, what are they going to have a bunch of people playing? No.
Right.
Didn't.
Yeah. Well, and they did it. Yeah, but no, it wasn't a great movie at all in any way, shape, or form. But it was Woody Allen, James Bond. That's all.
Other than the fact that there's so many people.
Right.
Instead of us bald on the phone.
Yeah. I know this Corey's a guy who does another podcast that I spoke with over the weekend, and we're gonna get him on the show. He's great. He's a pastor. He's a freaking crack up. Yeah, and bail bond. Oh, Corey's on fire right now.
Yeah, really.
And I don't know why our chat overlay isn't working, so I'm just gonna pull this back off to the side, and we'll just post them up like that. So anyway, yeah. I feel less stupid now and fully trivialized.
This is the Random Christian Show. I decided to throw out some random trivia.
It is. Nice. And this is what I was thinking of. The tie-in with the Love and Spoonful to our guest that's going to be on, Miss Linda Lederman. I think that's an awesome little
boom
forsaking of the future there. We do need to get a hold of old Kelby Dean, who we're gonna have to let him know he's a flake. By the way, I'm just saying. You know what?
Don't let Linda hang too long. She's gonna get bored just watching us blather on.
No, we're gonna bring her in here in a second because Kelby Dean. Kelby Dean.
Hello.
Are you there?
I heard him say hello.
I'm trying to tie him in through. Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Be well, Corey. We'll talk to you later, man. Corey had to go back to work. So.
Copy. So you are seeing it updating. Okay.
Well, I'm seeing it on our little right hand side.
I gotcha.
There it goes. There it goes right there. So.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. All right, peace, Corey. Okay. Not sure what happened with Kelby Dean. So now I'm just going to call him on the phone. I tried to do techno, and that didn't work very well. Kelby Dean. Oh, now it's.
And now you gave out his phone number to everyone. Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, Kelby Dean.
Hey.
What's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Well, welcome to the show, my man. Can you hear us?
Well, howdy. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Unfortunately, you're not going to hear everybody else. I was trying to get you tied in with everybody else through my iPad, but that didn't work. So welcome to my technical fun. All right. So anyway, Kelby Dean, you need to update us on the latest demo derby goings on.
All righty. Well, July 22nd and 23rd, County Fair in Tracy, Missouri, which is our neighbor to Platte City.
Right.
I think it's 7 o'clock start time.
Okay. 7 o'clock now, and that's the 22nd and the 23rd, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's next week.
Right.
Yes. All right. Friday and Saturday, or Thursday and Friday?
Thursday, Friday.
Okay, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So, and now you're going to be competing both days, correct?
Yes.
Okay. In our car that we are actually going to be painting and we're going to try and do a live broadcast from his shop over there at his house where we're going to be painting the car on Monday, correct?
Right.
Okay. So,
cool.
And now the reason that you blew me off today was because you just happened to have to be going on a trip and having fun without us. So, thanks for that.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I get to come home and try and get my car done in 2 days before the
wow.
I haven't heard it run in 2 months.
Yeah, that's hot.
Man.
So we are going to be having some fun Monday. But speaking of fun, now Kelby, and I know you're not going to be able to hear, but I've got a special guest for us on the show today that I had her on here, and there she is, Linda Lederman, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. I want to correct your spelling of my website.
Oh,
I know you tried hard, but it's still not right.
We could have called this from a mile away, by the way.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, it's BALABOOSTAS secret SECRET.com.
Oh, there's two. Okay. Well, I
So
will
it's
get that corrected here shortly.
Balaboostas secret singular.com.
Okay. My bad. I'm terribly sorry.
No problem.
Okay. So, well, Kelby Dean, here, hold on. I'm going to see if I can you hear a little bit there now? I know. Isn't this hot? This is high tech. Kelby.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
I can hear.
You can hear them?
Check. Hello?
Okay.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
Hey, Kelby.
Howdy.
Okay. So, I asked Linda because Linda is awesome at coming up with meal preps and snacks, and Balaboosta means like what was the best housewife?
I'm going to help you here. No.
Okay.
A Balaboosta, best housewife. Oh my God, shoot me. A Balaboosta is an old-fashioned Yiddish term meaning a woman who makes a fine home, and it's not it's not a Martha Stewart, prissy, don't touch a damn thing in my house. It's come in, put your feet up. I'm going to feed you well. We're going to have lots of love and laughter in my home.
There we go. That's a way better explanation than what
way better than a housewife
on the web. So, yes. Okay. So, but real quickly, because Kelby, now I asked you to see if you could come up with some cool snacks for a demo derby.
I did. And my main thought was, well, in order to have a demo derby, you have to have some really big balls. So I figured I would give you balls for your demo derby. And the things I came up with, right? You got to have a lot of balls. So I'm thinking crunchy peanut butter balls. They're going to give you a really big, great stimulation energy boost, easy to pop in your mouth. Same thing with banana bread protein bites. They're going to really, really delicious. They're cold. They don't melt. They don't make your hands sticky. Just pop them in your mouth and you're good to go. Same thing with cranberry pumpkin energy balls. So there's a million kinds of power balls you can have to assist you when your balls start lacking in your derby.
You know, we're all reverting back to 12 years old right now, and I'm biting my lip because you keep saying balls.
But it makes perfect sense.
It makes sense.
You need to have a lot of balls to be in this derby, and you might as well bring as many balls to the party. As many balls to the party as you need to. It's brilliant. It's fantastic.
I like it.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That is fantastic. So, will you be able to email me some of those recipes, and I'll put them up on the website with the show?
Absolutely, no problem.
Oh my gosh, you are awesome. Kelby Dean, you hear that?
Yeah.
We're going to be having power balls, dude.
Sounds like we're going to be cooking Monday, too.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, dude. Well, listen, I know you've got to get going to Nashville, and I really appreciate you checking in. And our car is going to be, we're going to be painting it Monday. So we're going to be looking awesome. And like I said, we're going to try and do a live broadcast from over at Kelby's place. And with the car and everything, so everybody can see it at least. And then I'm also going to try and do a live broadcast from the actual fair. So we are going to see if we can make that happen. And Kelby, I do have a shirt for you to wear to proudly represent us as well.
Awesome.
All right. So Kelby Dean, I know you got to get going, dude. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for taking the time to check in with us, bro.
Yeah, no, you're good.
As high tech as we are. So.
Well, hey, I did good for you this last Friday. I took 5th at a derby.
See, fifth. Okay,
nice.
Sweet. So yeah, there we go, dude. See, we're moving up in the world. 5th place.
Maybe I'll mess around and get first this coming weekend over in Platte City. So
that's what I'm talking about. All right, brother, go get yourself out of here and go have fun in Nashville, bro.
All right, I'm gone.
All right, peace out, brother. See you.
Adios.
All right, Kelby Dean, ladies
Kelby.
and gentlemen. And all right, Linda, that was awesome. Oh my gosh.
So fantastic.
Oh my gosh. I am so, oh my gosh.
Balls for your balls.
Right. Great. So Linda, okay, now it's Balaboosta's secret.com.
Right.
And then now I got the Facebook page, right? Where did I put that in there? Where's
Easy weeknight dinners for busy moms.
There it is. I got that one right. Yeah, just everything else is wrong. So, but I
Can you
spelled your
fix
name
it?
right. I can, Matt. I can.
Well, just saying.
I can go over
Wouldn't that
here
be
and
nice if you did that?
going to sneak out.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Oh, and there's,
And
ladies
anyway,
and gentlemen, now it's the Matt and Andy show.
So,
On,
Linda, you have tips and stuff to help
Hi, Bart.
to help people like Homer figure out
Oh, Homer.
meals and everything, huh?
Yes. You were talking about the love and spoonful before, and it kind of seemed appropriate because my philosophy is food should be love made edible. And you should have your meals something wonderful that you want to sit down to, your family wants to sit down to, and you should laugh your ass off. I mean, it shouldn't be trying to just get nutrition in your body and say, I'm done with this, goodbye, and nobody talks. So
I wholeheartedly concur.
Thanks, Homer.
The part of Kristian will now be played by Homer Simpson, everybody. Thank you so much. Eve Simons is checking in from Facebook. Hey, Eve, how are you doing? Linda, just reading your story on your website was really something that hit home with me because I have an 8-year-old that is going through the burrito phase, which I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is a thing, and then I saw this Facebook memory that I realized that the burrito phase has been going on for like 6 years now. And like, I can't get him to eat anything else. So like, I was so excited to talk to you because like, I'm at my limit. Like I need these ideas. Like I need just to try something just to get him in front of more food and everything.
Do you make the same burrito every time?
Well, he's so picky. He needs it from a particular restaurant. And
you don't even make it. You just buy it.
I buy it, and then there are but then there are
okay. You probably need to start there.
Yeah, well, but he's conceded one element that I can just get the rice and beans from the restaurant, and then I can do store-bought tortillas now.
Okay.
And so it's. But
did you ever think of saying to him, "Let's see if we can make this at home, and you have to help me"?
Oh yeah, we tried. So
and how did that work out?
It worked great.
Didn't work out at all.
No, it worked.
Boy,
it worked great the first night.
Strangled him.
Yeah, it worked great the first night, and he loved it. But then we tried to do it again, and it just wasn't the same.
Okay.
We'll do pizza. Like we'll make pizza together, and he loves making pizza, and he'll have pizza, and that's all store-bought stuff. You know, like we'll get the dough, we'll pound it out, and we'll do all that stuff. But then. Yeah, I mean, just trying him to try anything else is just.
So one of the ways that you can get kids who are picky eaters to expand their palate is to engage them in all part of your meal planning. Okay. And it doesn't have to be elaborate. You don't have to sit down on Sunday and bore everybody to death and come up with a month of meals because who the hell wants to do that? Absolutely nobody. But what you can do is you can go to the farmer's market if you have farmer's markets where you live, or go to a nice grocery store and say, okay, we're going to go on an adventure today. We're going to learn something new from somebody that we have to try, and you make it a game and you say, okay, out of all the things in this farmer's market, pick one thing we want to figure out how to make for dinner. Your choice, even if it's the most disgusting thing and it's got prickles on it. I mean, you can make it really exciting that he's going to find the most disgusting thing he can find because that's what kids like, really disgusting stuff. So find it. And then ask the vendor, what the hell do I do with this? Because you may not recognize what your son picks out. So ask the vendor and say, well, what would I do with this? And have your son listen and say, okay, let's see how bad we can make this, or can we make this really good? Because it doesn't really matter whether it comes out good or not. It's the fact that you're trying something new and he's involved. Right. So you can make the meal, whatever the vendor says or whatever you find in the grocery store, and then you have to rate it like a thumbs up or thumbs down after you make it and you try it. And then you say, okay, is this make it again? Does it really suck? What would we change? What would make it something that you'd say, okay, I want to eat this again? And if you get him involved in the thinking process and the tasting process, he's going to want to learn to start to taste more things.
Okay.
Well, and I like what you said in one of your blog pieces is don't be afraid to try something new, and don't be afraid to fail.
Oh, I fail all the time.
So,
Don't be
I mean,
afraid
yeah.
to fail.
But with Andy and his
my world,
kid,
Linda.
let's see. Let's see if we can. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like, make it a game. I mean,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I failed plenty of times, but he recently got to a point, and I'm so glad that he's here, where he's just opening up to trying new things.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's good.
where we my wife loves Indian food, and Xander just doesn't have like a spicy. He's a kid. He doesn't like spicy stuff right now, right? And so, but we will get the big samosas, right? The deep fried samosas, and he saw one, and he's like, "Ooh, I want to try it."
You're feeding your kid mimosas?
Yes, I am
That
that
makes
dad.
dinner time real easy. Hey, Dad, I'll have some more of the bubbly orange juice stuff. And
he tried it. He hated it, but he tried it, and that was and that was the main thing. And so we were so proud of him for trying it, and he's really gotten to that point where he is being more accepting of other food coming on the table. So we're getting there, but it's just been a very, very slow 8-year process.
Another thing you can do is, one of the things that I'm starting developing on my website, and people who get my newsletters can get updated on these, is there is an absolutely stupid holiday every day of the year. I mean, I mean stupid holidays. And if you tie your dinner into that stupid holiday, it gives you something to talk about. Yeah. And if you're talking about stupidity during a meal, sometimes a kid distracted enough by either the games or the laughter that you purposely are planning, that they eat because they're starving to death anyway. And then they start eating something that's different because it's fun, and you have a really ridiculous explanation of why you made it. I'll give you an example. National Hamburger Day.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a National Hamburger Day.
Yes, there is.
So try to come up with something a little different on your hamburger. You can even say, what toppings do you want? Let's think of something really, let's put bacon on it, and who knows what else you want to put on it. Or you can put kimchi in it, whatever you want. But, try different things, tie it to a holiday, and say, we have to celebrate tonight. So that's
a great idea.
Something you could do.
Oh, that's so amazing. Awesome.
I like the kimchi burger idea. But what is there like a liver and onion holiday? Because I want to skip that one. I don't want to deal with that one.
That would be the bad organ day.
Right.
That's what she said. Oh, whoa.
And you could also do celebrate those silly holidays that doesn't have a recipe, but you can do things that are so much fun that, again, you're distracting your kids so they eat. And I have an example of that would be National Poetry Month, which is April. So I announced, I have 2 teenagers. And so I announced to my family, this is National Poetry Month. I want you to come to dinner with a poem. Well, you can imagine that went over like a lead balloon. Who the hell wants to come to dinner with a poetry? Right? So I said to them, poetry can be anything you want. It can be lyrics to a nursery rhyme. It could be your favorite little ditty from TV. It could be a rap song. It could be anything. I said, so you have to come to dinner with a poem. So my daughter came to the table with a poem that just said, I hate poems, like multiple lines of saying, I hate poems, but it was a poem. My son came in with some really ridiculous rap song lyrics. My husband thought he was really, really witty and wrote his own rap song, which was so vile that my kids were peeing in their pants at the table and had the best dinner ever.
Awesome.
So if you distract in a creative way, you make a memorable meal, which is what memorable meals should be. And the food gets eaten and everybody has a great time. And if your food sucked, it doesn't really matter.
No, and you're absolutely right. And I absolutely get that I can't please them. But for example, according to nationaltoday.com, today is Cow Appreciation Day, Embrace Your Geekness Day, Gruntled Workers Day, and National French Fry Day.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I mean, it just calls for hamburgers and French fries, of course.
I am down with one of those.
And if you put a silly hat on the table and make them wear it to celebrate the holiday, you have made a nice little event for your family.
Right, yeah.
Hey.
And you could only speak in moos.
You could do
There
that.
you go.
Absolutely.
Was
I'm gonna call you for
another plug in
suggestions.
my
That's
head?
good.
No, absolutely not.
Hey, just real quickly, do you know how you count cows? With a calculator. All right. Thank you very much.
I love to hate dad jokes, by the way.
We'll do that in a minute.
Sorry, I got excited.
I know, that was good though. That was yeah.
I love to hate that we don't ever do things like we want. I don't know, that was bad. Cut that one out. Edit it.
Edit it. Kill it.
It's all live, baby. There's no editing.
No.
So, okay, now, okay, the meal. I love the idea of the themed meals. Now, where are you getting all these ideas? I mean, this is something you've got to do. Now, you're doing it like on a weekly basis, or
I do sporadically, but what I'm in the process of creating is kind of like a membership site, but you just sign up for it. You can get 3 months worth of interesting meals, crazy holidays, the meals that would go with it, and conversation topics you can talk to your family about.
And that would be at balaboostasecret.com there.
Yes, it's not up yet, but if you get my newsletter from that website, you'll know when it comes out. But I think that's going to be something really fun, and I wouldn't expect anybody to do it every day of the week, because who's got that energy and ambition? Absolutely nobody. But if you get inspired for a couple of meals every week, every month, it's something your family's going to remember, and you're actually going to enjoy doing, because it breaks you out of your rut.
Yeah, even just once a week, man, to do something like that. I mean,
something fun.
I'm all in. I'm all in on it. So that's great, because I still have basically I guess they're all teens. I have a 13, 14, soon to be 15, and daughter. My stepdaughter is turning. Oh God, she's turning 18. So that's all we've got and it's all girls, and we just sit down at dinner and we kind of we chit chat, but this will make it so much better. At least once a week, I'm going to surprise them. Like they're not going to know what day of the week it is.
Another thing that you can do besides tying it to a holiday is there are so many wacky games you can play at the table. So if you look around your house and see what games you have that might have cards. So if you have an old Trivia Pursuit game, you can play Trivia Pursuit. We have a couple of idiot games from when my kids were little that they still insist on playing at the dinner table, particularly when their friends are over. So my son just turned 19, and he brought his girlfriend home, which was very brave of him. And she sat down for dinner, and I said, "Did you warn her that we play games at dinner?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "So you have to play games at our dinner table, right? Because who wants to be there sitting uncomfortable with your boyfriend's parents and his sister?" So we have this game called Freeze Brain, and it's you put your little 2 batteries in it, and you press a button, and it says, "Name an animal that starts with Z," and then it goes tick, 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 and the timer keeps going, and you have to come up with something, and you press a button to make the timer stop. And there's different categories, and they just pick a letter and it tells you what you have to do. And the idea is not to have the buzzer go out by the time you're done. And my kids crack up at this. I think it's meant for 3 and up, but we play it all the time. And she played along with us, which was really good. There's another game that we have called Headbands, and if you don't have the game, you can make it up yourself. But you take a card and you make a picture of something, or you cut it out if you have no artistic ability, and you put it on somebody else's head, and they don't know what their card is, and they have to guess what the card is on their head. Well, it passes dinner. It's so much fun, and again, they're distracted and they're eating, they're laughing, and when you call dinner the next night, they actually want to come down and eat, because it's a fun event. It's not how was school, what did you do, what did you learn, what would you do differently, all those questions. Just shoot yourself. But if you make it really engaging, dinner time is going to be something really fun.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Incredible. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with all those questions, but still make it a little fun every now and then, and enjoy being together and just hanging out, because I know, especially lately, it's just been so lost, and a lot of people have realized that, and they're trying to figure out how to reconnect with their family, because we were all cooped up for so long, and we were all just kind of like, I'm kind of sick of looking at you, you know.
You have nothing to say. You see each other every day. You can't say, how was your day? Because you were their day.
Yeah,
so,
right.
you know, it's,
so
you want to come up with something different.
Absolutely. And that's awesome. By the way, hello, Tim out there. Thank you for joining in. And Corey's
comment.
There he is. Oh, what's he say?
I left for 5 minutes of ball jokes and came back to Yiddish Martha Stewart talking about game night. I just fell in love with this show.
Oh,
you got a fan, Linda.
Yay.
You have a fan, but she's not Martha Stewart. Oh my god.
The anti-Martha Stewart.
Yeah, she's anti-Martha. Because we're not all prim and proper and doing everything just nicely and everything, you know. Nope, it's slap it together, smack it in a pan. And,
right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Although I do have to, in Martha's defense, that woman loves her chickens.
She does.
True.
I have to tell you something. Martha Stewart lives about maybe 2 miles from where I live. One of her many homes.
Have you ate her house?
Yeah.
No, but I've seen her when she
later.
I've seen when I've been walking my dogs. She rode by on her horse and actually stopped and belittled herself to talk to me because she liked my dogs.
Whoa!
It was a proud moment.
See, I'm actually a fan of Martha Stewart.
Awesome.
Are you?
I've slowly over the years have warmed up to her, and then on one of our over the air channels we get. They always show one of her shows, and I'm a house spouse, so TV is always on, keeping me company. Mm-hmm. And I come into the living room one day, and she's going on about all her different chickens, and she's out there feeding them, collecting the eggs and stuff. And I'm like, how can you not like someone that loves their chickens?
Well,
it's actually there's a fair amount of people around here who raise chickens and eggs. It's not so atypical.
Oh yeah, and does she snap the necks and make her own meal?
They won't let us, but
because I'll tell you, there's nothing more traumatizing than going to the farm and visiting Grandpa. And hey, let's go out and check out the chickens. And then Grandpa goes, "Oh, this one's nice." And you've got dead chicken standing right next to you. You're like, what happened to the fluffy chicken? Grandpa, it's dead. And you're like, yeah, no,
we never ate our chickens growing up. We just collected the eggs. The pigs and the sheep, I always managed to go find something else to do when the guy came around for the slaughtering.
The executioner.
I was like, I am leaving. Bye. And go take a 2-hour walk and come home and enjoy dinner and not think about where it came from.
Yeah, see, I wasn't privy to the fact that, we were going out to get tonight's dinner. I figured we were going down to the store to go get some chickens instead of walking out there to the farm and going, oh, look, here's a nice one. And he just snaps the neck right there. and I seriously, I was traumatized for a long time.
So I think that's one good thing growing up, the way I did that. You learn where your food comes from, not just a grocery store, but
butcher block.
Well, one of the better
store, my friend,
McDonald's.
Yeah, well, one of the better documentaries to come out in the last few years was Morgan Spurlock's Super Size Me 2, the Holy Chicken one. Did you watch that, Linda?
I did. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Well, it's really good, but he basically starts up a chicken restaurant. It's a pop-up chicken restaurant, but goes through the process of raising his own chickens, finding the very minimum to call them free-range chickens, just so you could put it up on the board, and then and then figuring out the right way to market a sandwich as healthy when it's not really that healthy. It really opened up your eyes to, well, this is the chicken that they put on the wall, but then these are the chickens that they're really serving you, and then the free range space was a gated 6-foot radius outside of their coop.
Oh gosh.
And that was the absolute minimum to allowed to call them free range.
Yeah, there's really no definition for free range, so a lot of it's just marketing crap.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. Thanks to the FDA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was this whole subplot too with the chicken farmer that was helping him getting railroaded by the other chicken farmers and not getting his proper payment and due for sort of what it was some weird seated underbelly of chickens, but it was a really, really eye-opening sort of documentary on, I'm eating a chicken burger, but everything that goes into it and where it comes from is just sort of incredible.
Chickens are gross. I don't like them. I don't like touching them.
Pigs are gross.
I don't like eating them.
They wallow in their own filth.
But pigs have personality. And that's what
pigs have personality. Yes, they do.
You can have a conversation with the pigs at least and hang out with them.
Right.
And
I don't know. Back in the day, I'm pretty sure I had a few conversations with some chicken sandwiches. And I'm not gonna lie. And there was a couple chicken nuggets that I seriously had philosophical debates. But that was a long time ago at Jack in the Box, and we're not going to talk about that because I don't do that anymore. Now, Linda,
yes.
I want to get back to your menu recipes and meal planning. I got a question now. Have you done some altering since everybody's like really into keto or eating clean or all these different and I don't want to call them fads because these meal plans or diets, I guess you want to call them, they work for different people because
everybody's different. There's no one right answer for anybody. Yeah. Everybody's chemistry is different, and to some extent, even your cultural background dictates a little bit about how your body reacts to food because you can't deny your ancestry. Absolutely. So there's no one right answer for any dietary programs. At one point, my son was gluten intolerant, so we were gluten free. I've been a pescatarian since I was in college, which was many, 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 many years ago. But I make meat for my family. So
pescatarian is fish only, correct?
Well, I eat vegetables and grains and everything else.
Okay,
it's like vegetarian plus fish.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply you just only ate fish. Yeah,
no, I know, vegetarian plus fish. But I don't go by labels. And when I cook, I know how to make a meal that is something that I can have an adaptation for myself and something the way that my family wants it if they don't want to eat what I want without making two meals all the time, because who's got the time and the patience and the budget for that? You can't do it. So you have to learn how to cook smart. You have to learn how to meal plan smart. And there's tons of ways that you can do all of that. But I'm pretty well versed on many forms of cooking. I know how to do raw cooking. I know how to do clean cooking. Like I said, I know how to do gluten-free cooking, low sugar, low carb, whatever you want. I can help anybody with that. And when I teach meal planning, I teach it to adapt to whatever my clients' needs are. You know, if they have a lot, there's no one meal planning program that works for everybody either. You know, I'm not a make all your meals on Sunday and just eat it during the week, because I don't live like that. And if you can, God bless you, but that's not me. So my meal planning is adaptable to the person that I'm teaching it.
Oh, wow.
And so, so now they can all contact you like, somebody says, I'm just, like you said, I want to say Episcopalian. I know that's not right.
Pescatarian. Well, I like fish. You can just say I like fish.
Corey threw me off with the I'm Baptist. We love our chicken. So somebody says, listen, this is how me and my family eat, or this is how I eat, but my family eats, everything else. You can kind of come up with a meal plan for them that
I can come up with a meal plan, or I can teach them how to do it. Because the idea is you want to do something that's going to work with your lifestyle, your family's preferences for food, and your taste requirements or your medical requirements. And if you can't do it easily and with fun, you're not going to do it. So it really needs to be custom to you and your lifestyle and your family's food preferences.
Right. Okay. So, but I mean, as long as they contact you on
Balaboostasecret.com.
Right there it is.
Yeah.
See? Spelled correctly. Thank you very much. So you can get them all set up with,
Absolutely.
And like now, how far do your plans go out? I mean, how
I can do it for what you want. If you want to plan for a week, for a month, I can make plans for you. And then while you're seeing if you like those recipes, and I can adapt to whatever you want for recipes, but I'd also prefer to teach you how to learn how to do it.
Right. Absolutely.
But I'll do either one. If you just want to be given the recipes and say, this is my grocery shopping list, this is how I can cook. One of the things I like to teach people is to batch cook. And that means to make more than something than you're going to need at any given meal that you can reuse for another meal, but not necessarily the same way. So I'll give you an easy example for that. Okay.
Oh.
When I'm really, really running late and I don't have my act together, my kids are hangry and everybody's, I want to eat. And the clock is ticking. I make Asian meatballs because I make them with ground turkey, but you can make them with pork. You can make them with chicken, whatever you want. They take no time to make. They're super delicious. I mean, they're flavor bursts in your mouth. So I may make them one night with pad thai peanut noodles. Okay, rice noodles, which take 3 minutes to make. I mean, these are not long making dinners at all. So now I have a nice meal: pad thai noodles, Asian meatballs. Maybe I'll steam some bok choy and throw some oyster sauce in it and some garlic and ginger. Simple meals. I mean, it sounds really exotic, really delicious. It takes under half hour. You're done with everything. But I might make a super amount of meatballs, and if my growing son doesn't eat them all, which he has a tendency to do, and I am lucky enough to have leftovers like I plan, I can crumble up them the next day and serve them on lettuce leaves with Hoisin sauce. So it doesn't taste like the same meal. It's still delicious, but I'm not cooking every damn night. So one of the things I teach about meal planning is how to prepare things smartly so you're not cooking every night, but you're eating differently. Another good thing to batch cook is rice. So let's say I'm making an Indian dish. Okay, so I'm making an Indian dish, and I have rice, a nice basmati rice on the side or something. Well, that's funny. The next night, I'll make something with fried rice, because in order to make fried rice, you need day-old rice. So make that big batch of rice. The next day you make it with fried rice, throw some grilled shrimp on it. You get easy meals, and you're not cooking everything from scratch every night.
So essentially you're playing Chopped every night with what's in your refrigerator.
Pretty much, and but that's a good thing to do with your son. One day you can say, okay, and that's a great way to use your leftovers without wasting food. Open up your refrigerator. What can I create with all this stuff that doesn't go together that I need to make to go together? And you can do that.
Now, just since Andy brought that up, that Chop show and stuff like that, have you ever thought about like trying out for one of those shows? Because I think you would be like freaking rocking on one of these shows. I mean,
I had the pleasure of going to an event where Alex Gornishelli was speaking, and all the people wanted to talk to her was about Chopped. Because she's often a judge on Chopped,
right?
And what she had to say about the background of Chopped and how much surprise there is of the ingredients and how much pressure there is in the cooking and what they do. There's no way in hell I'd ever put myself in that position. I love watching it. I love trying to figure out what they're doing. Number one, I can't be on it because I don't do dessert. I don't bake because baking is a science and you have to measure, and I don't measure.
Thank you. Oh,
hate it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
My wife is amazing. She's an amazing baker.
It's a total skill.
It really
I don't have it.
When I first met my wife, she's like, "Hey, would you like a rhubarb pie?" I was like, "Well, you got one in the fridge." She's like, "Oh no, I'll just make one." I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
And she seriously, 15 minutes, it was going in the oven. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "Well, what? It's going to be like an hour?" So she's like, "No, it'll be about 20, 30 minutes." Pulled it out. Oh my gosh! I was like, "I got to marry this woman." It was amazing. Last time I ever had rhubarb pie was that night. Just saying, honey. I know you listen.
She sold you a bill of goods.
No, she reeled me right.
She didn't say she was going to make you rhubarb pie all the time. Just tonight, do you want rhubarb pie? And that's it, buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
You blew it. You should have said maybe some other time.
Kristian.
Yeah.
But so no, and I'm the same way. And in fact, me and Matt used to cook together, but Matt's like a way better chef than I am. But I mean, that's what we'd love to do. We were just, we were just throwing stuff together. Yes, there was a certain curriculum we had to follow, but I mean, for the most part, we improvised a lot. And I think it showed in the people that kept coming back to the restaurant we worked at. So
well, and it's because you know what you like. So I have over 1,000 cookbooks, which sounds like I'm a crazy cat lady, but I don't follow a recipe because I know what I like, and I combine recipes to come up with what I'm going to be cooking. And if you like a lot of garlic, put more garlic in the 3 damn cloves they call for.
Yes.
There's no hard and fast rules in cooking for the most part. I mean, there's some, but there's no hard and fast rules as opposed to baking, which there are a lot of rules you have to follow.
Yeah.
So which is funny because the 1,000 cookbooks, that's not crazy. I mean, that's.
You see all the records behind Matt, right?
No, the records are over here.
Oh,
but those are just. Anyway, whatever. I'm really weird when it comes to recipes. If I look at a new recipe, I have to follow it to the T. Yeah, and the first time because okay, well let's see what you got, and then as we're eating it, my wife and I are always like, well, you know what, this sucks or this was great, but what I would do different, and then.
And you're not confident enough to do that the first time when you.
I am.
Yes,
but
he is.
Like I said,
Don't
I'm
let
really
him.
weird about the recipes. I want to see someone took the time to say, this is the way I made it. I'm like, all right, well, let's see. Mm-hmm. Like, we have the America's Test Kitchen cookbooks. Sometimes they're I've gotten to the point with them where it's just a guide because you're fiddly. That's not going to work. But
fiddly.
Oh,
did you just make that up?
There's another magazine that their recipes at the core are really good, but when you get right down to it, half of what they have you do is BS. And you're just So I'm learning to just read a recipe and go, okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to do this.
Right. And I don't have to do all those steps because I can do it quicker or tastier and I can get where they're going without having to do everything they say. That's the goal of learning how to cook, knowing how to improvise either without the recipe once you've done a lot of recipes or cooked something an awful lot, or to just look at something and say, well, I know how to tweak it right off the bat. And that's kind of what I teach people when I teach cooking. It's like, know your flavors, know what your taste buds like, and
absolutely
feel free to exploit them.
Yeah, no, recipes have always been a suggestive sort of roadmap for me anyway. But I do a lot of what Matt does is that I'll make something the way someone else does it first, and then see if I like it. My real last name is Dracopoulos, so I'm Greek, and my mother has a stack of old yellow paper that are from my grandma that are old recipes written, but there isn't a single measurement on it. Right. It's all just ingredients, and so
just so you've got a guideline.
Right,
you're using that stuff. Figure it out.
Yeah, there's a baklava recipe that I've seen. It should be framed up in my parents' house somewhere, but it's there isn't a single 1 cup, 1/2 cup this, 1 nothing. It's just the ingredients, and then this is what they do. And and my mother makes it pretty much the same every time because she's been making it for 40 years.
Because she knows the way she likes it.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And do you know how to cook any of the recipes? Have you learned how to do that?
I learned how to make dolmades.
Nice.
Yeah.
Stuffed please.
Right. Because I loved, they're one of the things that if I go to a Mediterranean restaurant, I need to order it just to see how good they are. Funny enough, some of the ones that I love are the Costco ones with the seasoned rice in them.
Those are so good.
They're so good. And
oh my gosh, I was blown away too. I know.
I went high when I said it. No, they're just.
Were you high?
But But even the Trader Joe's canned ones aren't aren't terrible. And if I'm having a real hankering for Dolmades, I'll get them. I'll go for it. But I recently found at our local Saturday Salem market in Oregon up here, there's the hummus stop that he makes them fresh and he brings them out. And I'm just like,
yeah.
He sees me coming. He already gets them out and he's like, here you go, Andy. There you go. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome. Now, and you also, well, you've got 1,000 cookbooks over there. I'm sure you also can do to different culinary or ethnic styles of food and stuff like that, right?
Right. And that's an easy way to break up your cooking routine. If you are familiar with if you're familiar with cooking chicken all the time, change up the ethnic spices on it. Cook it the same way, but change up your ethnic spices. You get a completely new flavor profile and without a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Matt, who just wants to go, grumpy old man, and back in my day, we didn't have recipes. We just threw food on the fire and just grabbed a cow and burned it. We'd be like, oh, it tastes like burnt tire. And, oh, well, too bad. It's that way it was and we liked it. Flippity flab. Matt hates when I do grumpy old man, so that's why I do it. Oh my gosh!
Like
so
okay. I can't hear you.
So I think we're gonna need a book of ball recipes for Corey Hall here.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Did
I think we're just gonna need no. He's
yeah.
But I think we should come up with a ball recipe plan for Corey here.
And
just 7 days of balls. That's all he needs.
Well, you could do it. You could do it meatballs. I mean, you could do spinach balls. There's all kinds of balls. You could actually do a lot of fun with that.
And some dessert balls.
We need to have a little meter every time we say ball, just how many times we said ball during the podcast. Because I think
the duck coming down from Groucho Marx's "You Bet Your Life."
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna kill Kristian with how many times? Like we just need to just randomly throw out balls now just to kill Kristian.
I was gonna say you brought out the 12-year-old boys in us, and now we can't stop saying balls.
It's a skill I have.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, because we can go for another couple hours just talking about spicy balls. Balls. Oh, there I said it again. Okay, so speaking of balls, we and
you're done.
I'm not trying to take away from anything, but we did have a little topic that we wanted to include you in as well, Linda.
Sure.
I'm still choking on my water.
Chris?
No, I'm not.
Choking on your balls over there. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm getting some power balls. We're definitely going to get those recipes.
Yeah.
And we will put some of these on the website as well, if that's okay with you, Linda.
Absolutely.
And again, balaboostasecret.com. And also, where did I put it? There, this one. This is the one I wanted to put up. There it is. There's her website right there, balaboostasecret.com. And also on Facebook, she can be found under Easy Weeknight Dinners for Busy Moms. And you had an Instagram tag. I'm sorry.
Right.
What was that?
Balaboostas.secret.
Okay, .secret. Balaboostas.secret. And there's the correct spelling of Balaboosta's secret right there, just in case anybody's wondering, because I screwed it up earlier. But now, I usually have a topic every week that I try and throw out in here and evolve our guests in as well. And mine was things that you love to hate, or things that you hate but you tolerate anyway. And I brought up the fact, which totally turned you off, was Barry Manilow. I hear Barry Manilow. I grew up being forced to listen to Barry Manilow, and I had it on 8-track, his greatest hits, and it wasn't a proud moment in my young life, but it's part of my young past. And so we've learned to accept it and move on. And several years of therapy later, I've accepted it. But so when I hear I Write the Songs or Mandy or Looks Like We Made It, and yeah.
It really does bring you back to a simpler time, though, when you listen to music that you sort of grew up with. and everything. And so, yeah, it's not something that you actively go out and search for, but it's something that invokes just this really, really great sort of response of,
well, it's a trigger memory. I mean,
well, yeah, no, it absolutely is. Because there are certain songs that bring me back to certain parts of my life that, again, I don't actively seek them out, but I hear them on the radio, and it's like, oh man,
yeah,
wow,
and there they
so
are.
Great. And I mean, yeah, and it could have been a very terrible song that you just like, no, I hate the song, but man, the memories it throws back are just amazing.
Yeah, like the Carpenters.
How do you really feel?
Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
Oh my gosh! No, don't do it. Don't start the memories. Oh, I actually saw them live in Lake Tahoe. Okay, so, but yeah, so things like that, though.
Things that I love to hate. So I'm going to get feedback on this, and I'm hoping my son doesn't hear this broadcast, because I'm going to say he makes me watch the Mandalorian and the Avatar series ad nauseum from the beginning to end, multiple times, all the time. So I watch it. I am not a fan, but I love the fact that he wants me to watch it with him, and I love the fact that I'm watching it.
There you go.
Well, these two guys right here, huge Star Wars nerds. I'm just going to say right there.
I don't mind Star Wars.
Matt, how many times have you seen The Mandalorian?
Only 3 times. I've only watched it 3 times.
I have to tell you, I have a light up baby Yoda, if it makes you feel any better, and it changes colors.
We have 3 baby
doesn't
Yodas
like
in this
Baby
house
Yoda
right now. We've got one this big, we've got one this big, and we've got one this big.
Wow. That's a lot of Baby Yoda.
My wife loves Baby Yoda, and yeah, who doesn't?
It's like saying,
maybe. I don't know.
Who doesn't love Stimpy? Oh, joy.
The old timey cat. Get out of here.
That's right.
That's so 1990.
You sick little monkeys.
But speaking of TV shows that you love to hate, that's how I am with Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, my daughter loves it.
Oh my gosh.
We can't watch it. My daughter loves it.
But I watch it all the time.
Yep.
If it's on, my wife and I, poor Chris, and it's one of those shows that I'm like, I hate these people. Like, if they all died, I'd be happy.
Yes.
But I don't want them to get hurt and die. Come on, man.
It's like horrible to wish that, but you're like, if they're going to end the show, then they all happen to be in a bus, and it just happens to be driving very, very shaky cliff, and then, oh my God!
They tried with an airplane, and look, 20 seasons later, here they are.
Yeah. They've tried to kill him off many times. The hospital blew up. There was a shooter in there. I know
this,
way
Chris?
too much about Grey's Anatomy because I watched it with my wife. So,
but that's the first thing I thought of when you said things that we hate to love or love to hate or whatever. Grey's Anatomy.
It sort of works both ways. It really does.
Yeah,
and we have half a season that still needs to be watched, and now that I've thought of it, we'll probably watch it this week.
Sorry.
That's what these idiots are up to. Come on.
Oh my gosh. So. Andy, throw us something. Come on.
Okay, and I'm gonna stay on the TV show kick here. Oh, Corey's chiming in. Nickelback.
Nobody likes Nickelback.
I like them, and everyone else loves to hate them. They trust me, they have some great songs. I catch myself singing Photograph every once in a while, but I am going to stay on the TV show kick, and I'm going to out myself in the worst way right now, but man, 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, that is awful.
Never seen it.
It is train wreck TV.
It's watching a train wreck, 100%.
It's train wreck TV, and I can't take my eyes off of it.
Yeah, it's addictive.
I hate myself for liking it.
I'm gonna chop that down and give that a try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to say I'm with you on that.
I need to know about this train wreck now.
Oh my God!
Train wreck, you say?
Yeah.
Full frontal train wreck.
But that's
But it is. I mean, there are days when you just can't think, right? And you just need to turn on something and turn off for a little bit. Like the brain's off. 90 Day Fiance is that for me. And actually, and for my wife and I as well. It's just like you turn it on, brain goes off, don't have to worry about anything for the next hour.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, and see, Corey here mentioned the OC. Yeah, I never even watched that because I went, wow, I'm already stupider just for trying to figure out what the OC means. And that is the way I also, back in my radio days, I actually did a live show for a Melrose watch party.
Yeah. And out there on the pier.
Yep. And it was the only reason I really did it was for free drinks and meeting women. And didn't get much of either.
Bad, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I ended up getting toasted, not being able to finish half the show, and but they kept me on for the entire season. It was great, and then we actually went down and got to meet a couple people from Melrose Place, and got really bombed down there on their season finale show, and it was a weird alcoholic binging kind of time in my life, and I'm not proud of any of it. But
I am proud to say that I never once listened to that ever. And because you'd be like, "Oh man, you should come down sometime." Blah blah blah. No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
No,
it was not a
Melrose Place for me at all.
Wow. All right, incredible. So those are just some of the things we love to hate, and oddly, it kind of really bounced around just TV. Well, a little music, and you said Photograph, Andy, I believe, which I'm sure you're referring to Def Leppard.
Well, okay, well, no. So Nickelback had a song called Photograph. However,
yeah.
Okay, but the Def Leppard Photograph is by no means something I love to hate. Pyromania is by far their best album. And
when their drummer had all his limbs.
Matt goes dark.
They never play any Def Leppard with a fully armed drummer around here. All they play is like.
I saw a meme somewhere that if you air drum Def Leppard with both arms, then you're doing it a disservice. But I had to amend it because they had like High and Dry, all those albums, High and Dry, Pyromania. Like if you air drum something from the 2-arm era, you can air drum it with 2 arms, but then anything past it, you have to air drum with 1 arm. It's just
I do have to say, as much as I hate, they should have just gotten a different drummer because their sound changed horribly. But the contraption that he had to play
that he had to learn again
is amazing.
Yeah,
I'll give him
about
that.
to say, being a drummer, I actually was in a guitar center where they had a setup like that. So I tried to. It takes a bit of practice. I'll tell you, I got a little bit of it down, but it was a little tricky at first. I was
good for them for sticking with that guy, but.
Yeah, well, they're all mates, they're all buds, and they all grew up together and whatnot. So, Linda, just out of curiosity, what's your music forte?
Kind of like my cookbook collection. I have a little bit of absolutely everything.
Yes.
I go from classic rock to classical to Broadway show tunes to country western to jazz to new age. I have my kids add to my playlist all the time because they listen to music I would never listen to, and I'm trying to stay on top of that. So I really have eclectic taste, and I put on whatever my mood is at any given time.
Right. So your
nice.
So your soundtrack changes for cooking nights. Like it doesn't just stick to one sort of thing. No,
not at all. Sometimes you want something mellow. Sometimes you want to, be rocking and rolling and dancing around the kitchen. It's depending on what you're cooking, what your mood is. All music works.
Music and cooking just go hand in hand. Also,
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
No, they absolutely do. Yeah,
like you have to have something.
yeah.
Playing.
Well,
Definitely.
yeah, and which explains when we were cooking our punk rock music that we'd listen to all the time. So it was fast, furious, and you had to eat it quick and get it down.
One time, this is many years after you, Chris. There's a band called Osaka Pop Star, and it's like kind of pop punk, and it's a little half-hour long CD they have, and 1 8-hour shift. Me and one of the other cooks just listened to that on repeat.
I would have punched you right in the head.
Random repeat. So it would play these 12 songs in a random order, and then when it finished at 12, it would start a different random 12 for 8 hours. And it took the waitresses a good 3 hours before they were like,
we just heard this.
What are you guys listening to? Like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
All right. Well, okay. What's this? With the course of this show, I better. Luther Vandross is in the queue right now. Well, that's only when it's time to get a little sensual, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the Random Christian Show After Dark.
I've got a little space age pop going on the turntable after this is done.
That's what we bring it down and get sexy. Yeah. All right. So, Linda, now we have your show, or I'm sorry, your website. Now, you don't do any kind of podcast. You just.
I'm usually a guest on a podcast. I haven't created my own podcast yet.
I think you should do a little maybe YouTube show or something, lady, because I love the whole aspect of what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. I mean, just the way, I mean, and the energy you bring to just a simple meal. I'm like fully inspired right now to go upstairs and go, okay, kids, guess what? You're making hats. You're grabbing some food. I don't care what it is. Put it over there in the microwave. We're smashing it together. Something's going in and we're hitting it for 30 seconds and then we're eating it.
No, I've already bookmarked the National Day calendar. Like I'm totally, I'm totally stealing the.
Looking it up on my phone right now, just to.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's such a brilliant idea, and no, you've definitely gained another email subscriber in me.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited just to get some more ideas and to change it up.
I'm going to give you an idea about the song since you did so much on music right now. Here's another game you can play at the table. And you can change it to whatever category you want. But you can play...
if you say name that tune, I'm going to freak out.
I'm not going to say name that tune. I'm going to say name a song with fill in the blank. So you could do a night with name a song that's got a food in it. And it could be a nursery rhyme or anything else.
On top of old spaghetti.
Yes. There you go. But you can change the topic. You know, you can say, listen, if you're doing a theme night and only your food is all color red, maybe you want to name a song that's got the color red in it or a song that's got a color in it. So there's so many ways that you can play with your music, with your food, make your life interesting.
Is it bad that my head immediately went to Cherry Pie by Warrant?
A little.
Or just listening to Meatloaf.
Yeah, I might.
That would have been good.
There you go. Yeah, I might need to call my therapist after this.
The dashboard lights, or what's that song called?
Red
Paradise
Wine.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Little UB40 in here.
UB40 or. Who did it before
Neil
that?
Diamond.
Good job.
No, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's
he wrote
his song.
it. Neil
Diamond
Diamond
wrote the song.
Neil Diamond wrote that. Yep.
Red wine.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
That is one of and that's one of those songs where
the worst Neil Diamond impression.
No, that's what it.
Oh my God!
No,
dead
on
like what it sounds like. I'm
It
telling
could have
you.
been Joe Cocker impression if he really wanted to.
Right.
That'd be like red. But I'm gonna see.
That's one of those songs. Yeah, it's one of those songs where the cover is 10 times better than the original.
Yeah, the UB40 is so good.
Oh yeah, amazing. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah. See, welcome to the Random Christian Show.
We've effectively gone there today.
We've gone there, and now we've got to rope it back in. So, okay. So now, and I know you've probably got limited time here, Linda, because you're out on the East Coast. So I really, really appreciate you hanging with us. And you are such an awesome sport. Seriously, ma'am, this is just great. Okay, let me get your website back up here so we can all see it. And it is balaboostassecret.com, which is BALABOOSTASSECRET.com. Okay.
Correct.
That's just for people because we download this later for an audio podcast as well. And then now you're also on Facebook at Easy Weeknight Dinners for Busy Moms on Facebook. That's it's just for busy moms. And
well, if you're a busy dad, I think I'll let you in.
I was gonna say it's a little sexist, Linda.
Sweet. Yes.
What about us that opted to not have children and just
What about just busy people?
Busy people who are hungry and want to eat well and have fun.
There you go.
Don't get grumpy old man out here about the PC stuff. Okay? Back in my day, we didn't have politically correctness. We just pissed everybody off. We didn't care. We liked it. Sorry. And then your Instagram is Balaboosta.
Balaboosta's.secret. So just put a dot between the two S's in my website. And then you'd have the Instagram account without the .com.
And a little while ago, I just started tiny little ball in there. You, so.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah. It is awesome. And I'm very intrigued. Yeah, I'm going to be checking you out. I'm going to talk to my wife. Maybe we'll have you do a little meal planning for us there.
Happy to have you out.
Right on. All right. Linda Lederman, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in with us and hanging out with us. You are a fabulous, fabulous sport. Maybe when we get close to the holidays or something, we'll have you back on. You can give us some holiday meal ideas, things like that. Would that work?
Thanksgiving tips to get your meal on the table without fighting with your relatives. You got it.
I want a recipe for cranberry balls.
Yeah.
I'll have to work on that one.
that goes right back to the 12-year-old edition of the Random Christian Show with balls.
I was going to say turkey balls, but that's too easy.
But there are turkey balls because that's your giblets.
Right.
And those go in the gravy.
Linda, I love you. You are awesome. Oh, that is great. Turkey balls and giblets. She said giblets. Oh, I am so easily amused. Linda, thank you again so much for joining us. And again, balaboostassecret.com and Easy Weeknight Dinners for Busy Moms on Facebook and balaboostas.secret on Instagram. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, Linda Lederman, thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda. Look forward to having you join me.
All right, great. Thank you, Linda. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. All right. And
awesome.
So Linda, she's so awesome.
Great.
She's great.
Oh my gosh.
She's so great.
And Corey's saucy shit.
I know, yeah.
Corey's been on fire. Corey actually just started doing a podcast, and he is a hoot, man. I talked with him for about an hour or so over the weekend, and he is just great. So I'm going to get him on here as well. I'm going to be on his show
nice.
At some point in time once we coordinate a time because he has a busy schedule. So
speaking of being on other people's show, Andy, when are we going to be on your show?
So I was telling Kristian we just got back on schedule, and it's funny too because today is our normal recording day, and we are actually pushing it because, as most of the good nerds know, the Loki finale is on Wednesday. So we wanted.
Oh, so if I wait till Thursday, I can watch the entire thing all at once?
You can watch the entire thing all at once.
Yes.
And so we're going to...
I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to record this Friday and talk the Loki finale. Exactly. But I will send you guys our upcoming recording schedule, and we will figure out a day and get the boys. I can bring my two podcasts together. I'm very excied.
Yes,
so cool.
Yes. And now, Andy, you're it's called Rum and Regrets.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's everywhere. You can everywhere you can find it. So.
But you drop new episodes every Monday.
Every other Friday.
Every other Friday. There we go. So
Yeah.
Rum and Regrets for Andy's other podcast there, even though he's part of our show now. So,
Yeah.
But we should do like a super group and call it like, I don't know, Rum and Random Regrets.
There you go. I love it. I love it.
That's a little spooky. That worked way too well.
Yeah.
It did. It really
did. Good Lord. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm playing bass in that group. I'm telling you right now. I'm playing bass in that group.
I got the drum.
Right.
Okay.
Guitar.
At least
there you go.
Hat. Yep. The Get Bass. The Get Bass, Matt. Remember?
Oh, no. The Get Bass ain't got no strings on it, baby.
There you go. We just slap it around. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining in with us. And
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, there's the outro.
Matt's playing us out. There you go.
All right. Well, Matthew, thank you so much for jumping in with us. And Andy, thank you again. He's on Rum and Regrets. Matt, you're at Matt's Photos.
Matt.
Photos. Yeah. On Instagram. Check him out. He's got some beautiful photography on there. And kids, we will be back next week with Eve from Gen X Stories. And that's going to be a blast. I talked to her for a little while too. She is a hoot. So check them out, and we will see you back here next week. Andy, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, my friend.
Have a great one, guys.
Talk to you. And Matthew, thank you so much, my friend.
And I am starting to hate the word hoot.
A hoot? What about
is that one word, a hoot?
A hoot? Sure.
And a hoot?
It is now. We just made it a word. So look it up on Wikipedia. But Matthew, thank you so much, buddy. We'll see you next week. As long as you aren't going to a court or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
No court. No LA. Woohoo. And I'm almost done painting.
Oh, Andy. A little dig at Andy after you got the air.
Actually, what's funny is actually I still have two things to do before I can say the kitchen is done. But none of it's painting. It's just putting stuff back where it goes.
Oh, well, then that's not funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it'd be hilarious
get back
if I
to work.
One last thing to paint. I still haven't gotten around to it.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next week.
Adios, my
All right. And kids, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you like what you hear, even if you don't really like it, just press the like button, subscribe, and follow us along on all our sites. We're on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. We're out there. Check out the shows, pass the word around, and join us again next week, Tuesday at 4 o'clock Central, or just listen in whenever you can. Pass the word around, and remember, be good to each other. Take care of each other. We're all we got out here, guys. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. We will see you next week, hopefully Monday from KDR's house, checking out the new demo derby car. All right, guys. Have a great, 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 great week. Love you. Peace.